Welcome everyone to Tasker Arena. Time for Hobbs Eagle basketball on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube on the Hobbs Sports Channel. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you. Tiffany Stuber back at the station. The Hobbs Holiday Tournament game, the 63rd annual tournament here from Tasker. And the Hobbs boys unfortunately lost their first round game the second time since 1984. But they won a revenge game here tonight as they take on a team out of 20 miles south of Dallas, Ferris High School. This is going to be a big one for the Hobbs Eagles to try to get this crowd back into it, as they don't want to see any more losses on their home court.
Exactly. I mean, this is our home holiday tournament. We've been in it, 53 times, and they've only had, so like you said, 2 losses in the first round.
And they're getting ready already for the national anthem. They started this warm-up period real quickly. We'll take a quick 90-second break and come back live with more Hobbs Eagle action. We're back live at Tasker Arena, semifinals, or not the semifinals, the second round, I should say, of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, the 63rd annual. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you here. Hobbs taking on Ferris, Texas. Consolation game here. The winner will play for the Consolation Championship tomorrow. Hobbs Eagles will be starting with Michael Mackey, who's averaging 19 points a game. He leads in assists at 2.6, and also with steals at 2.8 a game. Abraham Pena, also a starter for the Eagles. He averages 15.4 a game and 2.3 assists, 2.8 rebounds a contest. Also a starter for the Hobbs Eagles tonight, Ethan Van Landingham, coming back after the injury. He did get some time last night as well. He is averaging 1 point a contest. Of course, though, he's been in limited action in the last couple of weeks. Another starter for your Eagles, Brian Acosta, the junior, averaging 2.3 points a game and 1.6 assists. And last but not least, Caden Hall, the junior, he is averaging 2 rebounds a contest. Of course, he had some good action last night, did score a bucket and had 3 rebounds. Those are your 5 starters for the Eagles. And for the Ferris Yellow Jackets, coming in from Texas, south of Dallas, Jalen Hancock with 6.4 points a game. Isaac Slade, he's a team leader in scoring at 16.9. Tommy Dixon with 8.6 points a game. He's first in assists at 4.7 a contest and 2.8 steals, also good for first on the team. Justin Morales averaging 11.3 points per game, second leading scorer. And Nathan Greek, the senior, he averages 7 points a game and is first in rebounding at 7.3. This Ferris team does average 11.7 turnovers a game and averaging 9.9 steals. So a couple more turnovers and they do get the ball away from you. So that's something the Hobbs Eagles will be looking to with that trap or full court pressure that we saw a little bit last night. Of course, the Eagles losing a heartbreaker to Oregon Mountain last night in the first round, 71-68. Eagles did get a few guys stepping up and scoring. Michael Mackey, a shootout night, 27 points, 4 rebounds, and was 13 of 16 from the charity stripe. Abraham Pena added 14 points on 2 trays. And so those are the only 2 guys in double figures. Mackey and Pena combining for 41 points out of the total of 68. They need some more help off the bench in this one.
Absolutely they do, and yeah, we've been pretty much saying that since the beginning of the season. They've been getting a little bit better at it as far as defensively, but offensively they need a couple more scorers to rely on to be able to get the ball out of Mackey's hands if they have to, because all you have to do basically is just double team Mackey, and it just slows down the Hobbs offense. The truth, this is something good to note, though. This is the first time in history that we met this Ferris Yellow Jackets team.
Yeah, they are a 4A school, and coming out of, again, I mentioned south of Dallas, so we don't have a lot of experience against teams. They played Kennedale, Alvarado, Waxahachie, Hillsboro, Venus, and Godley, some of the teams out of their region. Again, they would be a division lower than the Hobbs Eagles in our state. Last year they did not make the playoffs. They were 17-19 overall. And again, their first meeting of the Hobbs Eagles, as you mentioned, here at the tournament. They come in with the record of 12-8. And they did lose in that last game against Highland, 72-52 to start the tournament. They lost by 20 points yesterday to that team, again, Highland out of Albuquerque. By the way, Artesia is in the tournament championship. They beat Cleveland, and they also beat the spring team earlier tonight, so they will play the championship. Tip in the front court for Mackey. He was the center on that one, and he gets the ball after he gets a tip in the front court. Pass right to Pena, misses the 3 off the right side, and a rebound coming down for Ferris, and they'll get their first possession of this ball game. They try to throw it down the paint. It gets knocked out of bounds on the baseline, and it will be Ferris basketball. Still underway here in the first quarter. This is the consolation bracket we're talking about. Cleveland is already going to be in the 5th place game, so that's the team the opponent will face. Hook shot in the paint is going to knock off the back of the rim, go out of bounds, and it will go back to the Hobbs Eagles. Still scoreless early.
Winner will play 5th place tomorrow.
That will be the 8:15 slot. I think they're going to move those up a few minutes. We'll double check on that. By the way, Ferris is in 41st place on the rankings in Max Preps out of 202 teams in the 4A, so not a bad showing for them. A lot of squads with those regions over there in the Lone Star State. Van Landingham with the ball on the right wing. Cross court left, a high pass brought down by Acosta. Gives it over to left corner to Pena. Returns to Acosta, top of the circle. Back to Pena, 3 on the way, left side, an air ball underneath the hoop. For the rebound for Ferris is Slade. He's the leading scorer. Throws it up court to Dixon. Dumps it to the right baseline, and driving down the lane, a wraparound pass to Morales underneath. Shot underway by Greek. It goes out of bounds off the left rim to the baseline. So no real chances for second efforts there for Ferris on the last 2 possessions, and we're still scoreless. And again, both teams want to get a W under their belts here for their 3rd game coming up tomorrow. Pena will get Costa gets the ball on the left wing. Cross court right to Van Landingham. Sends it back to the left side to Acosta. Dribbles to the free throw line, up top to Hall. Hands it off to Van Landingham. He'll back it out on the right wing. Over to left side to Acosta. Swings behind Mackey to get the handoff. Double team against him. They've done their research. Returns back to the side, to the half-court line to Van Landingham. Comes right in the circle now on the near sideline. Crossover to the free throw line. Getting bumped by Slade. No call. Head off to Mackey. Stripped and taken away for Ferris by Slade. Hands it off to his big man, Nathan Greek. That's the Eagles' first turnover. And then back returns to Slade. Slade's going to go one-on-one against Van Landingham through the timeline. Gets a screen from Greek, top of the circle, and hits right into Van Landingham's left shoulder. Bad situation there. Pass left to Dixon. 3 shot on the way. Off the back of the rim. We got a rebounding foul underneath.
And Van Landingham is going to come out of that. He looks like he did get hurt more than expected, especially with that collarbone just getting hurt about a month ago. In fact, he's going off and out to check it to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah, they're taking him right to the training room. They called the foul on the Eagles against Brian Acosta, his first team foul. And a big long line set up on the right side of the paint. Both teams are just lined up like military. Inbound underneath the Greek. Flips it out to the left wing to Hancock. Drive with his left hand down the lane. Double clutch. throws it off the glass, no good. Loose in the paint. Picked up at the free throw line for the Eagles by Pena. Stop and go dribble down the lane. Lost it on the baseline, and he steps out for the turnover.
Yeah, he tried to get the ball, but it just went out of bounds, unfortunately, so another turnover for the Eagles.
It appeared that Van Landingham injured that left shoulder as he got kind of bounced into on the offensive set. That kid comes bouncing back after so many injuries for football and basketball. Couple of passes and a long one down low to Greek. Goes up strong in the right glass, no good. Then he shoves Slade, who ran down the ball in the right corner as they call the foul on the big kid, Nathan Greek. He's 6'5", 235. I would bet to say he plays some football too.
Yeah, it looked like it from that hit right there as well, but Hobbs faithful still on their feet since there's no score.
Slade got his, or correction, make that Hall got his first rebound. Greek's first foul, first team foul. Pena will bring it across the timeline. Sends it off to the left wing to Vega, who checked in for Van Landingham. Cross court right to Acosta. Dumps it to the free throw line to Mackey, but he gets tied up quickly. Two defenders on top of him that time, and that included Slade and Dixon. Arrow is going to go back over to Ferris High.
Well, it didn't help that his butt was on the floor, on the floor, as he was trying to get the ball back with two of those Yellow Jackets right on him.
Scores table is trying to get the referee's attention that should be Ferris basketball. And yes, it will be. Now they're going to change it up. The Eagles are trying to take it out. That will be a turnover for Hobbs. That's their third so far. Ferris wearing the orange uniforms, black numbers, and Hobbs in the white home uniforms, the black numbers and gold trim. Pass across the near side to Dixon backcourt. Cross court right to Slade. Sends it to the left wing to Hancock in the front court. Returns deep to Dixon at the timeline. One hand throw to Slade on the right wing. Backs out with the dribble through his legs. Screen right by Greek at the top of the circle. Back over to right wing to Dixon. Dumps it on the right side again to Morales. Flicks it left wing to Hancock. Dump pass to the left corner to Slade. Comes up the near sideline towards the Taskovich band of the time stripe and gets shoved from behind. They call the foul on the Eagles against Braylon Vega. That's his first, second team foul. We're waiting for a basket in this game, Ron.
I know. It's been 3 minutes and no basket so far.
Inbound to Dixon on the left wing. Hands off behind him to Slade. On the near sideline, stop and go, sliding left to right, guarded closely by Pena. Over to left side to Greek. Down to the left block, a spin move hook shot from Rouse, in the middle of the paint, no good. And bounding high in the air for the rebound is Brian Acosta, his first. Outlet to the timeline to Mackey. Gets through two defenders, lost his dribble though. It's stolen away by Ferris. And that's Morales who throws it down to the other end. And a layup attempted by Slade. He gets hammered, knocked to the floor. He'll get 2 free throws off the missed layup.
Probably would have been better for him to just shoot alone because it looked like it was way off. But unfortunately, he did get the foul, and he's got a chance for some free throws.
Worst part is that's the second on Acosta, third team foul. And the Eagles having some trouble with their transition offense. 4 turnovers so far, none for Ferris. We wait for the free throws here.
The Yellow Jackets are confirming while these shots are being made.
First one is up and good for Slade, the first free throw of the ball game.
First point, too.
And for Slade at the free throw line on the season, he is shooting 90%. So he definitely's got the stroke. Not a guy you want to see on the line the rest of this contest as a Hobbs Eagle fan. 1-zip your score. Second shot is up and rolls around the rim and good. Slade gets them both and a timeout on the court. And it appears that Coach McKee for Ferris High School wants a timeout. 4:35 remaining first quarter. Low-scoring affair. Ferris 2, your Hobbs Eagles nothing. Come back with us in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Welcome back to first quarter action here at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs Eagles in the second round of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, trailing 2-0 with 4:35 here in the first. A low-scoring affair. Inbound to Pena for the Eagles. He'll bring it across 1-2-2 zone for Ferris High. Hands off up top to Vega. Hands off to Mackey at the timeline, going left to right. Over to Pena on the right wing. Gets the ball knocked out momentarily. Flings it over to the left corner. Wide open Vega for 3 off the back of the rim high. Tipped up in the air for Ferris High School, and in the transition rebound is Hancock. Into the front court. Cross court right on the pass to Slade on the right wing. Guarded by Pena. Gets a screen from Greek. He'll back out of it though. Top of the circle. NBA 3 on the way. And a swish. Whoa, way outside for Slade. He's got all 5 of the Yellow Jackets points. 5-zip. Ferris leading Hobbs. 3:57 left first quarter. Pena in the front court. Top of the circle. Handoff in the right wing to Vega. Vega gets it back to Mackey at the timeline. Comes right with it. Handoff to Pena. Dribbles to the top of the arc, flicks it over to the left side to Vega, outside the perimeter. Trying to get a steal of Slade. Returns to the left wing to Pena for 3. A high shot on the tray and counted. Abraham Pena from way outside. First points of the game for the Eagles. They trail 5-3. 1-2-2 trap for the Eagles. Ball on the far right sideline to Slade. Cross court left to Dixon, throws it across the timeline to Morales coming down the paint. Goes back door to Greek, who lays it in with 2 hands on the right side. Thrust his body at the rack that time and got the foul too. First bucket for Greek. Foul against the Eagles. That will be their 4th of the ball game. And the first against Chris Archibek, who just checked in momentarily. A chance for that 3-point play for Greek. Ferris High is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe.
3 of the Yellow Jackets confirming with the coach as this goes on.
Free throw good for Greek. He's got 3 points. 8-3 your score. Hobbs down by 5. Mackey going one-on-one against Hancock with a spin move. Double team now. Over to Pena on the left wing. Down to the left corner. 3 on the way for Vega. A swish. Hobbs getting on a tear now. Second tray in a row. Vega now puts one through. The freshman and the sophomore both converting for Hobbs, including Pena. 8-6. Hobbs down by 2. Couple of passes across the timeline, loose for a second off the leg and picked up though on the right wing by Morales. He sends it over to Dixon on the near side, gets a screen up top from Greek, bounces away from it, dribbles right and flicks it over to Slade. Slade guarded closely by Vega, stop and go dribble, comes down the lane on the crossover with a little finger roll. They call the reach foul from behind. So they don't get the layup counting on that one. They get the foul instead to Vega. So already Vega and Acosta with 2 fouls apiece. The 5th team foul on the Eagles, a 5-1 foul count.
Yeah, you do not want to see Vega foul out. He has been a key component for the Hobbs Eagles.
A lot of these are young kids too, so they're really stepping up early in their careers. Pass into the front court to Greek, top of the circle. He'll hand it off to Slade. Slade will pivot, couple of dribbles, returns to the timeline. Flicks it over to the left wing to Hancock. Stop and go, baseline, lost the ball, picked up on the right side block, and laid up and in by Morales for his first bucket. 3 scores so far for Ferris. It's 10-6. 2:16 left first quarter. Eagles quickly in the front court. Pena over to left corner to Vega for 3 and another one. The net was actually caught on the rim, and he puts it through to get the net resettled. 2 trays in a row. Vega, 6 points. All 9 points are trays for the Eagles. 2 minutes left.
Too.
10-9 the score, 1 point Eagle deficit. Into the front court comes Dixon, left side. In front of the Taskovich band. Dribbles up top, stop and goes. Screen up top from Greek. Continues on the right wing, unloads to Slade. Slade bounces it down low, ball loose in the paint, picked off by the Eagles' Chris Archibek. First Yellow Jacket turnover. Over to left wing is Vega, stop and go behind him to Pena for 3, and he nails it from the left corner. Those 2 guys are unstoppable. Vega and Pena combining for 4 trays, and now the Eagles with their first lead, 12-10 in the first.
There's some magic going on in that left corner over there. All 4 over there for 3s.
Driving the lane at the other end, Morales goes around the left side of the rack and lays it in for 2, his second bucket. 4 points for Morales, tied up at 12. Pena will have some breathing room as he drives across the timeline. 1:10 left in the quarter. Top of the circle. Gives it off to left wing to Vega. Return up top to Pena. Slides right, hand off to Mackey. Back to Pena. He's going to spot up a tray. Off the right rim, no good. Rebound on the right block. Pulled down for Ferris by Julio Morales. Tries to send the transition pass down the court left wing to Dixon, but it's knocked out by Pena, getting himself in the passing lane. So as you mentioned, all those big 3 shots on the left side, the one on the right didn't drop.
Exactly. You know, the one that was hardest, the one in the corner there, that's the hardest shot. The easy one is in front of the net, and they just cannot make it. Well, they only had 1, but still missed that 1 shot.
Inbound coming in now. Slade gets a screen up top from Greek. Passes and gets it back, and then throws it in the lane. Picked off for Pena. That's the second Ferris turnover. Pena tries to dribble up the top of the arc at the other end and gets hammered hard by Isaac Slade. Are they going to call a push-off here? Fans are screaming. I didn't see the signal by the official. Or do they call a turnover on that? Travel, possibly. Yeah, they're going to say Pena lost his balance, but it looked like it was because he got pushed in the back. They called that a travel. That'll be the 5th Hobbs Eagle turnover. That one kind of a head scratcher. The inbound comes to Greek, spins with it in the backcourt. The big man is going to give it off to the far side, and that's Slade. Shoves off against Devon Marquez, who just checked in. Pass to the right wing to Hancock. Tries an alley-oop, backdoor left, and Morales lost the ball in the air and picked off for the Eagles. Coming the other direction is Peyton Hodge after the takeaway. 3rd turnover for Ferris. And Hodge just came in momentarily. He didn't play yesterday. Pass back to Marquez at the timeline is deflected off his own hands and in the backcourt for a violation. 6th Hobbs Eagle turnover. Hodge has sat out the last few games and is back on the team and ready to go. As he gets some words from Coach Reeves and a couple other coaches on the sideline or baseline back there. All of them making sure he's ready to play. Inbound to the backcourt to Tommy Dixon. He'll take Hodge on one-on-one to the front court. On the right wing, pivots, backs into his defender, and sends it down to the right corner to Hancock. Dribbles up top, and that's going to run out the first quarter clock. They forgot completely about the time, just like I did. As that runs out the first quarter, we are tied at 12. Hobbs and Ferris out of Texas. We'll take a 60-second break and come back with the Hobbs Holiday Tournament on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube. We're back live at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs Eagles here in the second round of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. 12-12 to score with Ferris, Texas. First time these two teams have played in history here at Tasker Arena. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you. Tiffany Stuber back at the station. If you're watching on YouTube or HobbsAmerica.com, Ferris wearing the orange uniforms, black numbers. Hobbs in the white home unis. Eagles will start it off. A couple of trays for Vega and Pena. All 12 points on trays. Hodge will get the inbound, flicks it over to the right corner to Acosta in the front court. Up top to Pena, but throws it right to a defender for Ferris, to Slade. That'll be the 7th Eagle turnover. He fades in the lane, left block, misses the shot at the back of the rim. Rebound underneath for the Eagles for Acosta. Sends it ahead to Hodge, comes down the lane through 3 defenders, reverse layup right, misses off the rim, picked up by Pena at the free throw line, and goes back door on the layup attempt there. Putting it through is Caden Hall for his first bucket. Hobbs with 3 scores now. That was their first non-tray of the ball game. They lead 14-12. Slade has 5, Morales 4, and 3 for Greek for Ferris High School. Greek will throw it down the lane, pinpoint to Morales, fade away, misses off the front of the rim. Mackey comes down with it on his shoulder that time for his first rebound. Outlet far side to Pena. Brings it across the timeline, over to left corner to Acosta. Cross court right to Hodge. Hodge will drive baseline, 15-footer with his feet sprawled out. Right foot out, left foot out to the sides, and throws it through the hole for 2. His first bucket. 16-12, the Eagles' biggest lead is 4 here in the first half. 6:44 remaining. Stop and go dribble out the timeline for Dixon for the Yellow Jackets, who are wearing orange. Dribbles left, throws a hard pass to Hancock. Almost took off his head. It sails out of bounds on the baseline.
Yeah, could not handle that pass. And it's just so far been Hobbs in this second quarter. And that's what we like to see.
A 4-0 run for the Hobbs Eagles. 7 turnovers for Hobbs, 4 for Ferris, and the rebounds are 4-3 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Mackey in the front court. Over to Pena, faking a 3 in the triple threat on the left wing. He decides not to take it. Comes around the circle to the right side off the dribble, hands off to Hodge. Spins with the basketball, backs it out, stop and go. Flicks it back over to Pena. NBA 3 from the right side off the rim, no good. Rebound left block, going back up strong with it with his left hand is Brian Acosta for his first bucket and 3rd rebound. 18-12, the biggest lead for the Eagles now 6, as the Zia State leads the Lone Star. 5:58 remaining second quarter. Fast dribble now for Pena, or correction, that is Hancock on the far sideline. Make it Dixon instead. He gets pushed with the forearm for the Eagles D. And they get the foul on Michael Mackey, his first, already the 16th foul. We're just early here in the second quarter. Inbound to the backcourt. Dribbling through his legs. Now on the front side with a stop and go is Jordan Texada, being his first action in the game here in the second quarter. Finds Morales on the left wing, handed it off to Hancock around the circle. The pass off to his teammate on the right wing, that is Dixon. Dixon finds Greek on the right wing. Pivoting after dribbling. Back deep to Dixon, almost lost the ball. Slade right on top of him. To the right wing on the dribble. Fades toward the hoop and tries to throw it up on the double clutch. Knocked out by the Eagles. Mackey getting a part of it. And that'll give it to Ferris underneath the hoop. Trailing by 6 to the Eagles. Hodge will take a break as the sub will be coming in for the Eagles. That will be Vega checking on for Hobbs.
Hobbs defenders sticking to their players.
Ferris to inbound on the left baseline. That is Texada. Gets it into the right corner to Greek. Fires it back deep to Hancock at the timeline. And over to the right side to Dixon near the scorer's table. Double team. Slade coming over there as well as Vega. Drives the rack high with the shot. He runs over to the defender, Michael Mackey, coming up on the backside to help out the left block area and takes the charge. So that will be the charge call against Tommy Dixon, his first team foul, make it the second team foul on the Yellow Jackets. Also the 5th turnover here in the first half for Ferris High School.
Timeout on the floor as we are having this contest going on. Let's go ahead and talk about the sponsors real quick as we wait for that.
18-12 your score. The Hobbs Eagles lead by 6 over Ferris High School. And the winner will play in the Consolation Championship, a.k.a. 5th place, and already been targeted for Cleveland High School. They got kind of upset in the first round, but I don't know if you call that an upset. Artesia beat them, almost went to overtime, but Artesia is actually in the tournament championship game after a win earlier tonight. So Artesia went 0 for 3 at their own tournament of champions in Artesia, and now coming to the Hobbs tournament and having a chance to get a trophy here. Our sponsors, Ron.
I'd like to thank Lee County State Bank, Hobbs Rental, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Robinson & Associates, Thriftway, First American Bank, Lasco, Eunice Pump, NMR Pump Pipeline, along with Rent-A-Center and Devon Energy.
And your Hobbs Eagles sponsors throughout the season and here at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. After the timeout, Mackey gets the inbound, gets bounded into by Jordan Texada, no call. They finally do call it at the time stripe as a chest shot there for Jordan Texada. That's his first foul, 3rd team foul. And that will give the Eagles the basketball on the far sideline at the half mark. Back deep to Mackey on the inbound. He's going to go hard against Texada again, and another bump foul near the time stripe. So 2 in a row against Texada, not learning his lesson.
Same spot, too.
And the 14th foul. I don't see any movement on the bench by Coach McKee. He's talking to the official on the baseline. Inbound to Mackey again. Gets double teamed. He's able to hand it off to Payne on the far side. Dribbles near the time stripe. Pushes it over to Vega on the left wing. NBA 3 off the back of the rim. And pulling it down at the free throw line, a shot on the way and good for Jordan Chisholm. Chisholm did not play in the game last night. His first bucket of the game and first rebound. It's 20-12. Eagles have their biggest lead at 8, so Hobbs starting to get more of their roster involved in the second game of the tournament. Into the front court is Tommy Dixon. Finds Greek on the far sideline, spin move, and then he'll hand it off. Fumbled by Slade, able to pick it back up, dribbles up top. Finds Tex out of the left wing, gets a screen from Greek, goes down the lane, runs over his defender, and there's a charge. Actually, a couple guys setting up for charges on that one. Hey, that was Caden Hall and Braylon Vega, almost like bowling pins that time. They both went down as they get another foul on Texada, his 3rd in a row, 15 foul. That kid is not doing too much help for Ferris High School at this point.
He thought that there was an open lane, but there wasn't. There was a couple of defenders, and he just ran over one of them.
Maybe both of them, actually. Pena will hand it off to Mackey, top of the circle. Back to Pena, but it's stripped away. And a steal on the way and going to the rim at the other end. And they're going to call the block foul this time on Mackey. Count the basket. That'll be the Eagles' 8th turnover. And that was Josiah Harris that put it through the hole there after the steal.
Yeah, simply because Mackey didn't have enough time to set his feet.
That's right. Second foul on Mackey, 17th foul. So Ferris High will be in the bonus the rest of the half. Chance for a 3-point play, but a fade on the free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down by Caden Hall, his second rebound. Outlet to the timeline to Pena. 1-3-1 defense, it looks like at this point. Off to Pena on the right wing to make that Vega. Up top to Chisholm. Gives it in the lane to Pena. Lost the ball, but picked up on the right wing for Vega. Takes a few dribbles and stops. Defense backs up. He throws up a three and swishes it. Defense made a bad decision that time. Backing off of it was Dixon. And what a beautiful shot there for Vega. He's got all 3 trays for him. 9 points. 23-14. Eagles by 9, their biggest lead. Driving to the other end to the right baseline is Texado, who's still in with 3 fouls. Goes it back to the right wing to Slade, to the lane on the free throw. On the dribble, up top to Harris, back to Slade. Comes down the right side of the lane, lost the ball, throws up the shot anyway, and they bail him out with a hip foul. He was out of control that time, but he's getting the benefit of the doubt from the official on the far sideline. They call the foul on Hall, his first, 18th foul, and that'll put Slade on the line. He is perfect so far, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. We mentioned earlier he was 90% on the free throw line before coming into the game tonight, including his stuff from last night. First shot is up and good for Slade. He's got 6 points to lead the Yellow Jackets. Eagles' top scorer is Braylon Vega with 9, all 3 trays. Abraham Pena has a couple of trays for 6, and 2 apiece for Hodge, Acosta, Chisholm, and Hall. 8-point Eagle lead, might be 7 if they can get the free throw here for Ferris. The free throw up and good for Slade. He's got 7 points and 4 for 4 on the line. 23-16, Hobbs by 7. Payne going to set up the offense, taking his time as the half-court D provided by Ferris. Gives it off right wing to Vega. Trying to see some movement. Throws a high one to the right baseline and overthrows his teammate Slade there. Hall. And knocked out of bounds. It appears off the hands of Ferris. And that looks like Jacob Ramos, who just checked in, got a piece of it. He's 6'2", 225. A couple of big football guys for Ferris. Inbound comes into Hall on the right block. Tipped out to Vega. Gives it back to Hall on the right base. Backs into his defender. Finds Payne on the right wing. Up top to Vega. Drives the lane with the runner shot with his left hand. Off the rim. No good. And pulled down to the right baseline for the Yellow Jackets. Rebound by Dixon, his second. Goes it ahead to the right corner. Up in the front court. Slade fires the 3 off the rim. No good. Underneath the bucket is Hall for his 3rd board. Gets it stolen. A shot on the way, no good from the right block, and another rebound for Hall. Hall now with 4 boards at this point. And it comes into the front court with a pass to Pena. Fires up a 3 and puts it through the hole. Vega now with 4 trays. Shooting the lights out, and he's got 12 points. 26-16. He leads the squad. 10-point Eagle lead, the biggest of the ball game. Here come the Yellow Jackets. 3 in the right corner, shot by Hancock. It's swatted hard by the Eagles. Michael Mackey right to the Hobbs Eagle bench on the baseline.
Yeah, not in my house is what he's telling them.
Eagles remain a 10-point leader right now, 26-16 with 2:07 left, second quarter. And Hobbs going to go to their bench and bring in Jairus Turbiatas, seeing his first action of the contest. Turbiatas, the sophomore, of course, some big size for the Eagles, and lots of new faces. He was in last night, though, but a couple other new faces on the court have been out for a little bit. We mentioned Hodge and a couple other people. Archibek was out for a little bit, too. Shot from the right corner, no good for a 3 for Slade. Rebound put up and off the right rim, picked up by Mackey. He drives across the timeline, throws it up ahead to Turbiatas, saves it over to Hodge on the left baseline. Cross court right, wide open. Lehman, who puts up a 3 off the back of the rim and pulled down to the right block. We got a rebounding foul. Coming up with it was Jalen Hancock. He might have been the one that shoved off to get that ball, and it was a foul on him. So Hancock picks up his first 16 foul against Ferris High.
Definitely a physical game so far.
Lehman will throw a backdoor on the inbound and shoving it through the hole that time. Jairus Turbiatas coming out on the left side of the lane. His first bucket of the ball game. 28-16. Eagles by 12. That's their biggest lead. Into the front court, stop and go for Dixon. Crossover move to the left wing. Gives it off to Hancock. Up top, slings it over to the right side to Slade outside the perimeter. He'll back it out with 124. Guarded by Lehman. Screen put on by Harris. Bounce pass on the right wing to Harris. Drives the lane. Does up a one-hander. No good. Gets his own rebound with 2 hands off the left glass and puts it through. Harris with 4 points and a rebound. 28-18. Eagles by 10. Here comes Hodge in the front court on the right wing. He'll slow it down on the crossover move. Slides from right to left, top of the circle, now down the paint, tries to go backdoor to Turbiatis, but is picked off in the middle of the lane for the 10th Eagle turnover. Throw it up ahead with a one-hander on the right side of the rim for Slay, no good. Rebound on the right block for the Eagles by Chisholm, his second. Throw up ahead to Hodge on the nice scoop shot for 2 on the left side of the rim. Peyton Hodge now with 4 points here in the second quarter. Eagles by 12, 30-18, 40 seconds left in the half. Inbounded to Dixon. Taking on Mackey one-on-one through the timeline. Stop and go. Fakes a pass right, comes down the lane. Was going to try to shoot with a good head fake there, but they call the push foul in the back. It should be on the floor. A foul on the Eagles nonetheless. Waiting to see who they got that one against. For the Eagles, that will be their 9th team foul. They'll charge that one to Jairus Turbiatis, his first. And that will be a shooting foul, I guess. They'll put on Tommy Dixon, who's yet to shoot a free throw in this ball game. Dixon on the season at 56%. Did not get any free throws last night in their loss. 32 seconds left in the half. Hard shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound on the left block for the Eagles by Turbiatis, his first. Outlet to the near side to Hodge. Dribbles behind his back. Flips it over to the left wing to Pena. Double team against him. Back up top to Hodge. Again to Pena. Yo-yo passing game with 18 seconds. Eagles trying to look for last shot here. One hands it to Hodge on the right wing. Clock is down to 11. Hobbs backing up against a 2-3 zone. Back deep to Pena at the timeline. Down to 7, 6, down to 5. Crossover move, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's got a spin, throw up a 3 at the buzzer. Top of the arc, it's blocked in midair. Jalen Hancock got a piece of it, and that will end the first half of play. Hobbs up 30-18 over Ferris High School out of Texas here at the half. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back with the Hobbs Eagle halftime show on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube. We're at halftime for the 63rd annual Hobbs Holiday Basketball Tournament, second round here tonight. Winner will play in the fifth place game tomorrow night at, I believe, 8 o'clock. We'll get a double check on. They've been switching some times here as we've gone along tonight and the rest of the afternoon here. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you. The Hobbs Eagles leading 30-18 over Ferris High School. Both teams lost their first round games and looking to get through this one to move on to try to get themselves a championship trophy in some regards, in the consolation bracket at least. Ron, right. So far, Eagles are getting a lot of production from several players. In fact, they've got a total of, looks like 7 players in the scorebook so far. A lot of those guys are just a bucket apiece, but we're seeing a lot of new faces coming back to the team, or back on the court, I should say, after being off a few games with Hobbs. We've also seen some play from Jordan Chisholm. We haven't seen him for a few games and missing his size. So good to see some of those guys back. The problem is Van Lanningham went down with a left shoulder injury, and I don't know, we'll see when he comes back at halftime, hopefully in uniform, but didn't look too good at that point when he got bumped into by another player.
I know, and good for Hobbs that they're doing well, but yeah, early in the first, he hit his left arm or left shoulder, and it's possibly it could have been that clavicle again. You know, he's this is the second time he's been in the second game and been knocked out of it. Hopefully he will be back later on in the season, but right now he's questionable about being in the second half.
I believe they're announcing the 2002 state championship team right now on the court, so that's pretty exciting to see the Hobbs Eagles alumni out there on the court. They're facing the other way, so we can't really see the faces at this point, but they're announcing them on the court as we speak. So the Eagles with a 12-point lead. Let's look at the numbers for Ferris High School out of Texas. First of all, nobody in double digits yet. Isaac Slade leads the team with 7 points. Has a tray, the only tray of the game for the Yellow Jackets, and 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Josiah Harris with 4 points. He's 0 for 1 on the line, all 4 of his points in the second quarter. Julio Morales hit 4 points in the first quarter. And Nathan Greek, their big post player, 6'5", 235. He has 3 points in the game, 1 for 1 free throw shooting. So not a lot of dominating factors yet, but they do have 4 guys in the books so far for the Yellow Jackets. They have all the free throws, 2 of the game, 5 of 7 for 71%. The Eagles have not been on the line once, so that's kind of a unique situation there. A total of 8 rebounds in the game for Ferris, 2 apiece for Slade and Dixon, the leaders. They've had 5 turnovers in the first half. Looking at the Hobbs Eagles numbers, already in double figures, Braylon Vagan, boy, Ron, he's shooting the lights out, especially in that left corner. He's got 4 trays for 12 points, and that's 4 of the 6 the Eagles have converted in the first half.
Yeah, he was lighting it up at first. He got his rhythm, or he got his touch back in the second at a different area. He was finally able to sink a couple of them as well. So, yes, Vega doing some lights-out shooting for the Hobbs Eagles.
Remember, he's just a 9th grader, too, so we got 3 more seasons with black and gold on the uniform for him. 6 points for Abraham Pena. He's got the other 2 3-point shots, so he's definitely doing a job from the outside as well. Peyton Hodge, who's got back into uniform after a couple of games, been out for a while, but he has 4 points, all coming in the second quarter. And a bucket apiece for Brian Acosta, Jordan Chisholm, Jairus Turbiatis, and Caden Hall. Acosta has also added 3 rebounds. 3 rebounds for Hall as well. Jordan Chisholm has 2 boards, and Turbiatis with 1. Eagles have had 7 scores so far in the first half. We mentioned they had 6 3-pointers compared to 1 for Ferris, and they've out-rebounded the Yellow Jackets 12-8. Hobbs does have double the turnovers of Ferris, though, 10-5, and that needs to be cleaned up just a bit. This game has a double-digit lead, Ron, and we're seeing a lot of guys getting playing time out there, and I think Coach Shelby Reeves is trying to just see what the chemistry looks like. When guys have been out sick and hurt, I mean, sometimes it gets hard to get them back into their flow of things, and Hobbs definitely wants to finish out this tournament with 2 wins.
Actually, yeah, injuries, illness, and all these other things that just happen. You're right about that. It's hard to get a chemistry together if you're not playing together. The other thing, though, is this. Yeah, they have a 12-point lead. It's a double-digit, but they're not going to take advantage of it. I mean, they're not going to just lull themselves into sleep over that because, you know, the second half is still coming up. And, you know, you got to play the game to win. It's not a halftime thing. It's a 4-quarter thing, and you got to stay in it to win it. So I expect to see Shelby Reeves coming back. Going to continue his game plan as he has before. Going to press a lot. Going to go ahead and see if they get those shots in. I'd like to see a little more driving of the lane from the Hobbs Eagles. Other than that, I think they're doing perfect.
Also, earlier tonight, in case you weren't with us, the Hobbs Lady Eagles punched their ticket for the tournament championship as they got the win over Oregon Mountain 59-30. a 29-point victory. So exciting stuff there. The Lady Eagles were led in scoring. Starting off, in fact, they had a few ladies in double figures. That included Bryn Hargrove with 12 points. She had 2 3-pointers. Brett Clay finished with 11 points and 5 rebounds. So those were the 2 in double digits. Kendall Cunningham was 1 point shy of doubles. She had 9 and 5 rebounds. Kaislyn Munoz, the 8th grader, came in with 9 points on 2 trays in that game. So definitely some good bench work there. So lots of people stepping up in the contest. The Lady Eagles got tied with Oregon Mountain rebounds, 26 apiece, and punched that ticket, as we mentioned, to the championship. They will play Laredo, Texas tomorrow. Laredo United High School. And that'll be a 6 o'clock game, 5:45. We'll have that on HobbsAmerica.com and on the Hobbs Sports YouTube page that we have too. So video and audio on that game. And of course, the Hobbs boys will play after that with the final game of the tournament.
And you know, Hobbs has always been in every single tournament. This is the 5th annual, so they are 5 for 5 as far as being in the championship. 3-1 right now. They're going for 4-1 if they can win it tomorrow night against a great United. This is the reason why they're in the championship as well. That United team is tough, and it's going to be not an easy game compared to the first 2 they've had already.
Of course, the Lady Eagles are number 1 in the state in the Max Preps poll, 11-1 on the season, and of course they lost last year in the championship here to Farmington by 3 points. A very tough Farmington team, but still, they definitely want to put that trophy up here in the cabinet as this tournament expires tomorrow. 30-18, Hobbs boys leading Ferris. We're about 2 minutes away from the second half action. Stay with us on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and of course on the radio, Cool 95.7. You're listening to the Hobbs Eagle drum corps right now on the Tasker Bitch sidelines as the Hobbs Eagles are warming up behind them here in the second round of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Ty friend Ron Gunner, Tiffany Stuber with you tonight. HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and Cool 95.7 on the radio. Winner's going to play Cleveland tomorrow for the 5th place game. That will be, we're still double checking on the time on that one. I'm thinking it's going to be about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. They're going to move up the times just a bit. I know they moved the girls' game up to 6, so that's about a half-hour move up on that. Loser will play the 7th place game tomorrow. That should be staying at 12:45, and that'll be against Farmington High School. And again, that's the Hobbs game. That will be moved up till 8 o'clock or so. But anyway, Cleveland is the 5th place game. Farmington will be the 7th place game tomorrow. That Farmington game would probably stay at 12:45 for the 7th place game. So we'll have to wait and see. But Hobbs looks like they're in good shape at this point. We mentioned the last time that they lost in the first round was back in, 84, I believe.
84 it was,
So
yes.
it's been quite a few years since that has happened, but still, I mean, you got good teams like Oregon Mountain yesterday. The Eagles only losing by 3 points. The first time they played it back on December 16th, lost by 9. So that was 60-51. Again, 3 points last night. That game was back and forth, or lead changes all over the place. Teams up by 7. The other team went up by 7. I mean, such a close game, and both teams shooting 30-plus free throws in the game, or at least I think Hobbs was 29, the other team 33 or something. But so many free throw attempts, et cetera. I mean, in terms of barn burners, I mean, it wasn't tons of scoring throughout the whole game, but it was nip and tuck all the way.
Yeah, and for both games, it was the same thing. It was nip and tuck, back and forth, runs on both sides for both teams. But in the end, it came to the last 3 to 4 minutes of the game. And just depending on which one of the, just lucky rolls, lucky bounces. Unfortunately, we had a couple of turnovers, and that pretty much cost us the game on both sides. So we're looking to see a better finish for the Hobbs Eagles over this Ferris Yellow Jackets team.
Of course, Ferris lost to Highland from Albuquerque, and so the Highland squad getting the win there in the first round yesterday afternoon. Of course, the Hobbs Lady Eagles will take on Laredo United from Laredo, Texas tomorrow. 6 o'clock, 5:45 pregame show. We'll get that for you as well. HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube.
Yeah, Ferris was actually in it in the halftime, 35-33, but they just could not hold on to it. Ended up losing it, though, closely, 67-61.
And that was, what game are you talking about?
Talking about the Ferris game yesterday versus Spring Valley.
So that's why they're here in this one, and now they will get the ball to start the second half as well. They trail the Eagles by 12. And it's in the hands now on the near sideline by Hancock. Gives it over to right wing again to Slade. Kicks it back to the right corner to Dixon. Dump it to the right block. Setting it up as Morales. Goes high on the glass and goes up and scores on the lead shot. And a quick timeout called. As Morales gets his 6th point, jumping out on the court was Coach McGee as he's trying to get the referee's attention. So they're going to get some strategy here. Maybe a full court press going to be applied. We'll keep it right here. 30-20 now, a 10-point lead. So Ferris gets the first bucket. It looks like they're starting to use their post game a little bit on the low post.
Yeah, that was, I think, the first time I've seen anyway. They got a clean shot under the basket, and we're able to drive the lane as well. So, yeah, maybe they're saying, you know what, Ferris, we need to do that more often. We got Hobbs off guard. I don't think they're going to be able to do that again because now Hobbs is ready for it. So we'll see what happens in this second quarter. So far, Ferris early on with a 2-0 score in the third.
Don't forget, next week we got another tournament back-to-back here. The Hobbs Eagles in the Albuquerque Metro tourney, and they'll have a game a night Tuesday and Wednesday, have a day off Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday. We'll have all the coverage for you with those 4 games. Once again, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and, of course, Cool 95.7. So lots of action here in the next week of basketball for the Hobbs Eagles before district starts. Inbound to Pena on the right side wing. Pass deflected back deep to Slade at the timeline. Returns to Pena right side. Up top to Hall. Gives it off to Pena, top of the circle. Finds Vega in the left corner. Hands it off to Pena. Tries a cross court and it's loose. Almost stolen away in the air by Dixon. Over to Pena on the left wing. He fires up a 3 and puts it through. That's his 3rd tray of the game. 9 points for Pena and the 7th Eagle tray of the contest. Their biggest lead now is 13, 33-20 here at Tasker. 6:55 left here in the third. Yellow Jacket basketball, top of the circle. Slade gives it over to right wing to Greek, the big man. Handed off to Dixon. Dixon flips it over to Hancock right side. Behind him to Slade, right wing, drives baseline. We got a whistle on the near side. Going to call a hold foul there. And that'll be against the Eagles. Charge to Vega, his 3rd personal. First team foul here in the second half. It'll be Ferris ball in the left base. Slade inbound. Pena trying to mirror the inbound pass and slaps it right back to the baseline. Hobbs fans liking that one. Looks like Coach Reeves going to get a sub on the court now. Checking in is Hodge. Hodge with 4 points, all coming in the second quarter as he checks in for Vega. Vega, of course, with those 4 trays in the first half.
Quickly let you know that Van Lanningham is out there, so he's not going to be returning for the second half.
Mackey will get the steal and head to the other end with a reverse layup on the left side. Michael Mackey with his first points of the ball game. Hard to believe. Ferris with their 6th turnover. 35-20. The Eagles in their biggest lead now of 15 here in the third quarter. Into the front court, stop and go for Dixon. Top of the circle. Flips it over to Hancock. Baseline left. Fade shot from the block and puts it over the hole for 2. Hancock with his first basket of the game. Back to a 13-point Eagle lead. Into the front court, a handoff to Hodge, going from left to right around the circle and backs it out to the timeline. Finds Mackey on the right wing. Double team against him. He's been facing that all night. Up top to Costa. 3 on the way. Clicks off the side of the rim right. Rebound for Dixon. Sends it ahead to a breaking Slade. Leans to the right basket. Rejected by the Eagles. Taking a piece of the ball was Hall and knocks it out of the baseline. It will be Ferris basketball on the left base as they trail by 13. Official trying to hand the ball to the inbound man, Slade. He backed away and looked at his coach. Sends it into the left corner to Hancock. Dump it to Greek in the left block. Spins right now left. Hook shot underneath the rim left side. They get a foul call. Ball comes off the iron, but a chance for 2 free throws as the foul on the Eagles. That's the second on the team. And they'll call that one, I believe, against Acosta. That'll be his third personal, third team foul. And that means Coach Reeves again going to the bench to get a sub in here momentarily. First the free throws for Greek. He's 1 for 1, now 2 for 2. At the half, Ferris was 5 of 7 for 71% from the charity stripe. Eagles have yet to attempt a free throw in this ball game.
That's amazing.
Ferris only had 6 fouls in the first half. Second shot for Greek, hard off the front of the rim, making the back of the rim. Goes high in the air and pulled down by Mackey near the free throw line. His second rebound. Sends it ahead to Pena on the right wing. Jab step, hands to Mackey. Double team on the far right wing. He's got some serious pressure and looks like there might be a reach foul. No, Hobbs got a timeout. Unfortunately, the timeout beat the foul call against Ferris High. So Coach Reeves wants to talk to the troops, and we'll take a break as well. 5:34 left, third quarter. Eagles 35, Ferris 23. Back at 30 on the Hobbs Eagle Network. We're back at Tasker Arena. Ty friend Ron Gunner, Tiffany Stuber back at the station. By the way, your Dallas Cowboys, some of your Dallas Cowboys, not mine, but 27-13, they lead Tennessee in the fourth quarter. Less than 5 minutes remaining in that one, a 14-point lead over the Titans. Some special Thursday night football there for Dallas Cowboy fans. Pass to Mackey after the inbound, gets deflected off his shoulder to the near sideline. And that will go back to Ferris. That's the Eagles' 11th turnover of the ball game, 7 for Ferris, but the Eagles have a 12-point lead with 5:20 left, third quarter. Inbound comes to Dixon, drives across the timeline to the right wing with a handoff to Hancock. Top of the circle, left side of the lane, double clutch off the back of the rim, tipped up in the air, pulled down for the Eagles on the right block by Caden Hall. That's his 4th rebound. Sends it ahead to Pena, shot from the free throw line and flips it right through the net. Pena now with 11 points. That's his first 2-shot bucket of the ball game. He had 3 trays prior to that.
Nice follow through. All
11 points for Pena. We got a whistle near the timeline. Official said there's a push by the Eagles. They're going to call that on Caden Hall, his second. And that will be the third team foul against the squad. Hobbs up by 14 with 4:50 remaining, third quarter, 37-23. The inbound from the timeline for the scores table, far left. Get it into Greek. Greek is going to throw a little elbow action there at Archibald. Drives the lane after the cradle under his bicep. They got a hold foul from behind. He tried to run himself through 3 defenders that time, and he definitely's got the size, 6'5", 235. Not the swiftest of feet there, but used his brawn. So that foul going to be called against Archibald, his second 14 foul. Left baseline inbound. Throwing it in will be Slade. Gets it into the right corner and return back up top to Dixon. Dixon gets a screen up top from Greek. Dribbles left and sends it back to the timeline to Slade. To the right wing, one-hand bounce pass to Greek on the right block. Flicks it back to the left corner to Hancock, to the left wing. 3 on the way for Dixon off the back of the rim. Tipped around and finally pulled down to the right block for the Eagles by Archibald. Outlet to the far side. Driving hard with the basketball for the Eagles is Hodge. Dumps it in the lane to Pena with a fadeaway J, one-hander, and puts it over the hole for 2. Pena now with 7 points here in the third, 13 overall for the Eagles. Hobbs up by 16, 39-23, 4:05 remaining third. Driving hard to the left of the lane, Dixon kicks it left corner. 3 on the way and getting shoved hard. Foul. Slade drills it through the hole for Trey, and they got Pena on his arm for the foul. Slade gets his second tray of the game now in double digits with 10. That's a second three-pointer for Ferris as they call the foul on Abraham Pena, his first 15th foul on the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate foul, especially since it was 3, so it could be a possible 4-point play.
Slade 4 for 4 on the line, too, to add insult to injury. He's perfect. Free throw is up, and a swish for him. He's got 11. He's the leading scorer for the Yellow Jackets. 13 leading for Pena, 12 for Vega for the Eagles. Majority of their points coming on three-pointers, by the way. Top of the circle now for the Eagles, Lehman. Gives it to Hodge, who comes down the lane, tries to pass low and gets it deflected. Ball loose in front of the Hobbs Eagles student section on the near sideline, and he gets knocked out by Hobbs. That will go down as a turnover. That is their 12th. Mentioned 4 3-pointers for Vega, 3 for Abraham Pena. So a total of 7 between those two in this ball game. Inbound to the backcourt to Tommy Dixon. 12-point Hobbs Eagle lead with 3:35 left, third quarter. Stop and go for Dixon, top of the circle, gets a screen. Doesn't use it, sends it to the right wing instead to Hancock. Slides top of the arc, back over to the left side to Dixon. To the left corner, 3 on the way for Slade. Rainbow jumper, nothing but net. He's got 2 trays here in the third quarter, his third overall. 14 for him, and that's the third tray for Ferris High. They try to post up the Eagles at the other end to Turbiatis. Lehman's pass well over his head. Turbiatis has got some size too. Got up to the top of the ladder but overthrows him. That'll be another turnover back-to-back for the Eagles. That's their 13th of the ball game. Hodge will take a breather. And Mackey returns for the Eagles. Couple of passes in the backcourt for Ferris in the hands now of Dixon. One hands it off to the right wing to Slade. His 3 flicks off the top of the rim. And here comes Mackey after the rebound, his third. In transition, throws it ahead. Going to the rack with it on the right side. Count the high-arching layup for Chisholm in the foul. That's Chisholm's 4th point of the game, just barely checked in. Chance for that 3-point play. Hobbs up by 11, 41-30. Second foul on Dixon, and the first team foul on Ferris.
Well, that was a nice shooter's touch there and drew the foul as well.
Looks like the head coach out on the court now, not a happy camper, screaming from the other end. That was Coach McGee. The free throw off the back of the rim, no good, and it's tipped out. It'll be Hobbs basketball off the hands of a Yellow Jacket. That's Nathan Greek getting a piece of it. So Chisholm with 4 points in the game now. 2:58 left in the third. Bounce pass in the paint on the inbound, stolen away by Dixon. Eagles 14 turnover. Sends it down to the right baseline to Morales. Goes to the rack, double clutch. He goes high in the air and lands on his shoulder blades. Hard on the floor, ricocheted off there, hard. Foul was called, didn't make the bucket, but he went down. I don't even think his coach actually saw him. He was clapping at the official at that point. He took a hard blow there. That's going to be the second on Turbiatis, 16 foul. 6-1 foul count right now. And that'll put Morales on the line to shoot his first free throw of the ball game. Gets a big knee bend, and the shot's up and swish for Morales. He'll get one more.
Brings it back to a 10-point game.
Morales on the season shooting 78% heading into tonight's game. Takes a lot of time on the line. Second shot is up and hard off the back of the rim. Pulled down in the left elbow for the Eagles. Off the rebound by Vega, his first. Sends it into the front court to Pena. He gets a double team on the right wing. Drives the lane. Jump stop. Shot from the free throw line off the back of the rim. Front of the rim. No good. Pulled down for the rebound by Slade. And he throws it across the timeline to Dixon. Back to Slade on the left wing. He faked an NBA 3. Saw the defense come up. Turbiatis and slid his pivot foot and got the travel. Turbiatis reacting quickly on the D that time. It'll be the 7th Yellow Jacket turnover. Clock down to 2:31 left here in the third quarter. Hobbs up by 10. Second round of the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Pena will throw it off to the right wing. To Costa, back deep. Chisholm tried to chase it, and then Pena saved it, but it was knocked out for Ferris High by Isaac Slade in front of the Taskovich band on the near sideline. Hobbs going right to left on the radio dial. Inbound to the backcourt to Mackey. He'll go one-on-one against Hancock. Sends it across the timeline to Pena. Top of the circle. One-hand pass over the right wing to Vega. 2-3 zone for Ferris. Spins, top of the circle, looking help. Throws a high one down to the right corner to Chisholm. Cross court left to Pena. Up top, a little bobble for Vega. Then fires the three anyway and puts it through the hole. This kid cannot miss from outside from downtown that time. His 5th three-pointer and 15 points all coming on trays tonight. Unbelievable stroke from the outside. 13-point Eagle lead, 44-31. At the other end, a shot from the free throw line for Hancock off the back of the rim. Rebound for Greek, right baseline. He'll send it back deep outside the perimeter to Slade. At the time, Stripe. Stop and go to the left wing. Gives it off to Hancock. 1:25 left in the quarter. Screen up top off the dribble for Morales. Cradles it, goes to the rack, is bodied up. I don't think they're going to call the shot on that one, but they're going to get the drive foul. Did run over the top of Mackey, but the whistle had blown well before the collision there. Got pulled from behind as they get the foul call against Abraham Pena, his second, 17 fouls. So that will be a bonus regardless. I think that's what they're going to shoot here, a 1-on-1. No, they're going 2 on it. Boy, it looked like they called that just about a step over the free throw line. Jalen Hancock has yet to shoot a free throw. This one off the front of the rim, no good. He still has 2 points. Hancock came into the game shooting 53% from the line. And he'll get 1 more.
You know, the Hobbs Eagles are shooting a lot better than they did yesterday for the threes. They only had 2 late in the game. They've already had a bunch today.
Missed the free throw on the second. Pulled down on the right baseline by Turbiante's second rebound. Outlet to half court to Mackey. Sends it to Pena on the right wing on a double team. Flicks it down to the right corner. 18-footer for Chisholm. Hard off the rim a couple of times. Ball loose. It looked like touched an orange jersey and then an Eagle jersey. Getting a piece of it at the last second was Vega, and they'll go back to Ferris.
I thought for a second it was going to get the shooter's bounce and bounce in, but instead it just hit the rim twice.
Trying to get a sub in for the Eagles now before the throw in. That's Peyton Hodge returning. He'll come in for Vega, who's stroked 5 3-pointers in the game and 15 points. Back deep after the inbound. Slade gets it back. Over to the near side to Texada. Returns back deep to Slade. Slade will pick up a D by Hodge. One hands it across the timeline to Hancock left wing. Drives baseline underneath the hoop. Zings it to the right block to Texada, but it's knocked out by the Eagles. Getting a piece of it was Pena. Clock will stop with 52 seconds left here in the third. Kind of a slow-moving third just like last night. Slade on the left baseline, gets it in to Greek on the right base. Hands it off behind him to Slade. Drives the lane. Tries to fire up a shot on the fade in the middle of the paint, and Hodge goes up with him. Might have got a piece of the wrist that time, and they'll call the foul on Marcus Hodge. That'll be Hodge's first personal, 18 foul.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets are now in the bonus with 8 fouls against the Hobbs Eagles.
Not the guy you want to be shooting either, Ron. 5 for 5 is Isaac Slade, and swishes another one. I think all of them been through the threads. He's got 2 trays in this quarter, 1 in the first for a total of 3 as well, so he is a sharpshooter. And he is a senior, by the way, as well. Takes a couple deep breaths now at the free throw stripe, throws up the shot, and swishes that one as well. 16 points for Isaac Slade. And perfect on the line at 7 of 7. 44-33 though, Eagles still by 11. Payne in the front court against his zone. Stop and go, spins at the top of the circle. Over to Hodge right wing, he wants a tray attempt and he puts it through the threads. Marcus Hodge has barely got off the bench here and he's got 7 points. That's the 8th three-pointer for the Eagles. 47-33 by 14. Driving to the other end lane is Texada. Gets it down low, double clutch on the right block by Morales. Gets hit in the head as he goes up. Ball comes up underneath the rim, no good, but he'll get 2 free throws. Get the foul call on Turbiantes, his third, 19 foul. So Ferris High is in the single bonus right now. Will be the double very shortly, but 2 shots on the shooting foul for Morales, who's 1 of 2 on the line. First shot is up, and it is a swish. 8 points for Morales. He'll get 1 more, but Eagles have kept a double-digit lead through this third quarter, Ron.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, now we're seeing a lot more free throws from the Yellow Jackets. That's going to slow down the game a little bit, but it's also going to make sure that the Eagles have that double-digit lead. Second
free throw good as well, and I think we're starting to see a lot more post-ups. We started to see that at the start of the third for Ferris, but they're noticing they're getting free throws out of it too. Hodge has the ball in the front court, top of the circle, dribbles the right elbow, fires it down in the right corner to Turbiantes. 18-footer off the rim, no good, underneath the hoop. Is Texada for his first Ferris High rebound. And they'll send it to the far sideline. Off the hands of Slade, kicks it down to the right base. They don't get the shot up on time, and boy, the coaching staff for Ferris were not happy campers. Bad time management on that transition. Did not get the shot off before the buzzer. At the end of the third, your Hobbs Eagles still lead by double digits, 47-35 by 12 over Ferris. You're listening live to Hobbs Eagle tournament action at Task Arena as we come back in 60. Your Hobbs Eagles up by 12 as we start the fourth quarter here at the Hobbs All-Day Tournament, second round, 47-35 over Ferris High School. South of Dallas they come from. Eagles top scorer right now, Braylon Vega with 15 all on three-pointers, 13 for Pena, the two double-digiters, 16 for Isaac Slade for Ferris, and 9 for Julio Morales. Eagle basketball to start the fourth. The pass over the left wing to Pena, gets a double team, dribbles up the sideline towards the half stripe and gets bumped into on the foul call. Was a 9-1 foul count before that in favor of Ferris. They accidentally put the foul against the Eagles to make it 10, but they have to erase that one as they get the foul against Isaac Slade, his first, second team foul. Hobbs basketball, inbound to the backcourt to Vega. Vega dribbles deep to the right corner, gets a spin move, taking on Texada. Throws it up top, faking a three as Acosta drives the lane with a little hook off the right rim, no good. Rebound underneath by Hall, that's his fifth. Pass up top to Pena, and we got a whistle. Looks like somebody got a hook on Pena that time. That was Isaac Slade. Back-to-back fouls on Slade, his second. Third team foul on Ferris. It sounded the student section kind of called that one pretty loud, screaming at the official.
Yeah, Ferris not even in foul trouble. Hobbs is with one more foul, they get double bonus.
Yeah, 9-3 foul count right now. Pena gets bumped at the timeline after catching the pass, went in the backcourt, but that was because of a body. And now we got the coach out of the court. McGee not a happy camper right now. As they get another foul called here on Ferris. That is Slade's third in a row. All three of his fouls coming in short order, and the fourth team foul. Referee's telling the coach to settle down on the other baseline. Mack Ewan down on the near side front court. Sends it down to the left corner as the pass complete to Acosta up top to Hall for three. In and out that time, no good. And a rebound underneath. Brian Acosta really battling underneath for the Eagles. That's his fourth rebound. And he gets hooked up hard right after pulling it down. They called the foul that time on Morales, his first, fifth team foul. So 4 fouls in concession here. As now the Eagles will get to the foul stripe. That'll be Brian Acosta to shoot the bonus.
Yeah,
or not the bonus. I guess no, that wasn't a two-shot foul. He was on the line waiting for the official to give it to him. They pulled away. Inbound to the left corner to Acosta. Fires up a three off the side of the rim. Hall gets the rebound on the right block. Goes back up on the fade. Puts it over the rim for 2 and a foul. Hall with 6 rebounds and now 4 points.
And that was showing how Hall is physical, and as he got under the basket, wheeled that thing in, plus he drew the foul as well.
So Caden Hall will step up. He has not shot a free throw this season. This will be his first with a 14-point lead. And he makes the free throw there. He's 100% on the season, 5 points for Hall. Eagles up by 15. They matched their biggest lead with 7:18 remaining here in the fourth. Hobbs will play in the 5th place game tomorrow against Cleveland if they can get the win. In the front court, Slade on the left wing, up top to Morales, back to Slade, fake the NBA three. Puts it over to left corner instead, wide open for a tray off the rim is Hancock. Rebound on the left baseline, missing was Ramos, and the Eagles get the board underneath. Hall with his 7th. Over to far side for the Eagles to Costa, throws it down the lane to Hall. He tries to get up with it and is hammered. I'm not sure they're going to call that a shooting foul or not underneath the net that time, but we'll see if it happens.
It should have been. He was in the motion of shooting, but again, you never can tell sometimes.
So he was the rebounder at the defensive end and got down the court to get the pass underneath. They called the foul on Morales, his second 16th foul. So Hall, who is 1 for 1 from the charity stripe at a three-point play here just seconds ago, is back on the line again. And he's perfect still, 2 for 2 for the season on this trip. Returning for Ferris is Nathan Greek, the big kid, and the guard Tommy Dixon. Greek has 4 points, Dixon yet to score.
Ramos leaving the game for the Yellow Jackets.
You mentioned this before, but Van Landingham is in street clothes now, but is on the bench for the Eagles after going down with the left shoulder injury. Second shot, a fadeaway for Hall off the back of the rim, no good. Ball loose at the free throw line, pulled down by Greek, his second board. Sends it off to the far sideline to Dixon, stop and go to the free throw line, kicks it right to Texada. Passes and gets it back. Hippity hop down the lane, reverse layup left off the front of the rim, no good. Ball tipped out, pulled down for the Eagles by Vegas, second rebound. Sends it ahead to a breaking Acosta, goes to the rack, Carr with a scoop on the right side and scores.
Uncontested too.
4 points for Acosta. Eagles have their biggest lead of 18 here in the 4, 6:20 remaining, 53-35. Dixon will slow it down as he comes across far side, gets a screen from Greek. Cross court right to Texada, or correction, that is Hancock. Fade in the lane off the front of the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound, a spin move on the left, double clutch and is fouled. Might be a body on Hall there. He tried to put his hands up after the whistle and kind of showed a official, I'm straight up. But they're going to call it on him anyway. That's Hall's third 10th team foul. That means Ferris is going to be in the double bonus the rest of this ball game.
However, Hobbs has got an 8-0 run starting this fourth quarter.
Hancock 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. 2 points and bouncing around the rim a couple times. Falls off left, no good. 0 for 3 from the line. Slade leads the team with 16 for Ferris, 15 for Vega, 13 for Pena, combining for 28 for the Hobbs Eagles. Hancock's second free throw is off the front of the rim, no good. Big scrum pile underneath to see who's going to get it, and there's a whistle. There's a foul call. Thought it was going to be a jump. Somebody was pushing on that one. I got to call that on the Eagles. They're sent a Costa push. That's his fourth, and the 11th team foul, so another bonus situation. Stepping up is Morales. He is 3 for 4 for 75% from the line. It's trying to get into double digits. He's got 9 points. Shots up and good, make it 10. Still an 18, we'll make it a 17-point lead for the Eagles with 6:06 remaining.
And that ends the 8-0 run for the Hobbs Eagles.
3 dribbles and a shot now for Morales. Another switch. He's got 11 total. 16-point Eagle lead. Quick dribble as Pena gets the inbound. Double team on the far sideline, now in the front court. Back to Mackey at the timeline. And he gets held quickly. He got double teamed as well. Going to call a hand check actually on that one. So they're starting to move that defense closer to the timeline. Are the Yellow Jackets. They'll get the foul on Dixon, his third. And Hobbs now in the bonus, 7th foul. As Mackey will get up on the line. He's only got 2 points so far in this ball game. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities to score with some double teams. Comes into the game shooting 76%. And of course last night with 13 of 16 from the line and had those 27 points.
Oh yeah, he's been really good on the line as of late.
Free throw up and bounce around the rim and good. 3 points now for Mackey. He'll get one more. Of course, when you got so many people shooting trays in this game, I said, hey, we don't need you for 27 tonight. Just relax and get what you need to get.
Exactly. Enjoy the day off somewhat.
Second free throw is good. 4 now for Mackey. 55-37, an 18-point lead for the Eagles. 5:58 remaining. Ball in the hands of Texada. Sends it down high down the far sideline to Dixon. He's going to go to the rack with a double clutch layup, and Hall was in the wrong place at the wrong time again. Trying to help out a teammate, stepped up and tried to block the shot and hammered on top of him. That's going to be his 4th. 12th team foul on the Eagles, and a couple subs will be coming in here in just a second. Tommy Dixon on the line. He's 0 for 1, has yet to score in this ballgame. Pretty tough dribbler, too. He's a tenacious kid out there on offense. Likes to take you on one-on-one, but just hasn't got any chance to shoot very much in this game. First one there is no good.
Off the back of the rim.
Yeah, 0 for 2 is Dixon, and 3 rebounds, though, for him.
Ferris is going to have plenty of chances to get on the free throw line. So far, they're not taking advantage of those.
Dixon came into the game at 56% on the charity stripe. 0 for 3, not going to help those numbers. Second shot up and good. He's 1 point in the ball game. 55-38. Eagles by 17. 5:50 remaining. Eagles just checked in Hodge. He tries to spin up the far sideline, gets into the front court. Ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Eagle basketball. Another sub for the Eagles. Jordan Chisholm entering with 4 points. Taking a seat is Acosta, who has 4. And a sub also for Ferris as Slade checks in for Texada. Inbound back to the timeline to Lehman, who also subbed in on the right wing now. Spin move from Lehman. Comes down the right side of the lane. Lost the ball, though. The big post kid, Greek, took it away, but then stolen back for the Eagles by Hodge. So trading turnovers, 8 for the Eagles and 14 for Ferris. A pass to the left wing, a 3 on the way. Off the side of the rim for Morales. It's loose underneath and pulled down by Greek. That's his 3rd rebound. Sends it ahead to a breaking Dixon, who throws over to the front of the rim on the finger roll and scores. That's his first bucket. He's got 3. 55-40. Hobbs by 15, 5:10 remaining. In the front court, Hodge on the right wing. Drives between 2 defenders, lost the ball on the left wing, underhands it to Lehman, sends it down the lane, a beautiful pass of the paint, threading the needle, and a little fade hook there by Jordan Chisholm to put it through. He's got 6. Lehman with a nice pass on that one on the assist. 57-40, 17-point lead, 4:50 remaining. Taking it to the rack again, back-to-back plays. Tommy Dixon, he's fouled again. Dixon with that quick first step. Trying to get those to fall into the iron a couple of times, and he's going to go back to the free throw line as they get the foul on the Eagles. They'll charge that one to Hodge, his 2nd, and the 13th team foul. Dixon, though, just 1 of 3 from the charity stripe, 3 points, and he misses this one hard off the back of the rim.
Yeah, he had his last make just a moment ago, but missed it again, so his streak of 1 is done.
Taking a breather now, Jordan Chisholm. As coming back on the court is Jairus Turbiantis. Second shot, bounced around the rim and good for Dixon. He's got 4 points. It looks like Coach McGee is going to call the timeout. 57-41. Your Hobbs Eagles lead by 16 over Ferris. Winner plays for 5th place tomorrow. We'll see who that is next. We're back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to 4th quarter action here at Task Arena. 2nd round game with the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, the 63rd annual. Eagles leading Ferris High out of Texas, 57-41. Big disparity in free throws tonight, Ron. Hobbs only 4 of 6 at the line, and Ferris 16 of 26. So not many opportunities to shoot free throws tonight for Hobbs.
You know, most times when you have that many opportunities on the free throw line, you're usually leading, but luckily for Hobbs, that is not the case.
As we get the 4th quarter moving along again, 4:49 remaining. Pass to the half court to Hodge, breaks the trap pressure, drives the right side of the lane, 1-2 and up, and is hit in the head as he tries to throw up a sidewinder. Chopped hard by Greek. That's his 2nd personal, and the 18th foul against the Yellow Jackets, who are wearing orange.
Yeah, that throws me off too.
Hodge will be on the line. He's got 7 points. This will be his first free throw attempt of the ball game. Hodge has been out for about a week, not playing for the Eagles on the court. First free throw, ricochet, and no good. And that might have been his first attempt of the season. I don't see him on the stats. No, I'm sorry, he is. He is just 0 for 1, or 1 for 4, I should say. Now make it 1 for 5 after that miss. One more shot for Hodge off the back of the rim again. Gets his own rebound. Little scoop shot, misses off the side rim right. And then there's a battle for the rebound. There might have been a body foul on the Eagles on the second board. It will be against them. That will be a shooting situation at the other end on the bonus. So who they're going to charge that to. That's the 14th team foul. It's a double bonus. Scores table is buzzing the referee to get the number on the player, and that's going to go against Hodge, his 3rd. A good effort there on the rebound off the missed free throw.
That's what I like to see. If you miss your shot, make sure you try to get the rebound.
Hancock goes to the other end. He's 0 for 4 from the charity stripe. In and out on the first one, just cannot get him to drop. It was a double bonus, so he'll get one more. And returning for Ferris will be Jordan Texada checking in for Hancock. Heading back to the other end of the court, Chisholm for some offensive work. Second shot is up and good for Hancock, his first free throw of the game. He is 1 of 6, has 3 points. 57-42, Eagles by 15, and a deflected pass going out of bounds. Eagles lose it at the timeline. They'll sail right in front of the Taskervich band. The Eagles picking up a turnover on that one. That's their 16th of the ball game. Ferris has had 8, but the Eagles with a 15-point lead thanks to trays.
Definitely.
Yeah, 5 trays for Vega and 3 for Pena. 28 points between those two. Inbound for Ferris on the left wing. Touch pass from Hancock. Gets it right behind him to Slade left wing. They got a body foul pushing into him as Pena. That's his third, 15th team foul. So these fouls are really slowing up the process here. Everything's shooting for the rest of the game for Ferris as Isaac Slade will step up. And again, he's perfect on the charity stripe. 7 of 7 and has 16 points and 3 trays. That's why he's the team leader in scoring through the season. Long breath here, big crouch and a free throw. Most of them going through the net, swishing all over the place. 17 points for him now. Started the game 90% on the line. And continues with some big numbers tonight.
Definitely has a good follow through on his free throws.
Taking a deep breath once again. Second shot is a swish as well. He averaged 16.9 coming into the game tonight. So he's passed his average at 18. 57-44, Hobbs by 13 with 4:18 remaining. Hodge in the front court against a 2-3 zone. Over to Pena left wing. His three's on the way off the front of the rim. Turbiatis rips it down on the left block. His third board puts it up, no good. Rebound on the right block by Mackey, gets hit in the head and puts his arms in the air, waiting for the whistle and gets it. His 4th rebound, ball sails off to the right, but he'll get a couple of free throws as they get the foul call on Greek, his third 19th foul. So
like to see those offensive rebounds, sorry.
Yeah, Mackey doing a good job of getting underneath some people that time. He's perfect on the line, 2 for 2. Just 4 points tonight, though, but an Eagle 13-point lead. Free throw bouncing off the rim to the right and no good. The Eagles, I mentioned before, a couple of these free throws were just 4 of 6 from the line, 66%, so not very many chances on the stripe. Returning on the court for Ferris is Jacob Ramos. As he comes in for the big kid, Nathan Greek. Ramos, though, is pretty big, too. He's 225. Greek is 235. Greek 6'5", and Ramos 6'2".
Well, we've been talking about the fact that they've improved their free throws since the beginning of the season.
Mackey will nail that one. And he is 3 of 4 now, has 5 points. 58-44, timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. 4:08 left here in the finale of this second round game of the Hobbs All-Day Tournament. Eagles up by 14 over Ferris High. We'll be back in half a minute. Back live at Task Arena, second round of the Hobbs All-Day Tournament. 58-44, Hobbs over Ferris. And we'd like to thank our sponsors of this tournament action tonight.
Absolutely. Lee County State Bank, NMR Pipeline, along with Hobbs Rental, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Robinson & Associates Thriftway, along with First American Bank, Lasco, Eunice Pump, Rent-A-Center, and Davon Energy.
Of course, we've got more coverage tomorrow night as well, so we'd like to thank those sponsors for helping out the Hobbs Eagles be on the radio and the internet this season. A couple of passes getting across the timeline on the pressure. Slade in the front court on the right wing, sends it back deep to the base or to the time stripe to Dixon. Up top to Slade to the right wing. Slade's going to drive baseline. He throws up a shot on the run, no good. Rebound on the left baseline, pulled down by Morales. Pass behind the back to the right wing. 3 on the way for Slade, and he gets the net to hang up on the rim and puts it through. Slade has 21 points. as he puts that tray through. That's his 4th of the ball game. 58-47, Eagles by 11. Hodge on the far sideline gets it across, up top to Mackey. Comes down the paint, puts on the brakes at the free throw line. Back deep to Pena. Dribbles the left elbow, fires up a shot, is knocked to the ground, an air ball, but he'll get a free throw opportunity here as he's knocked to the floor on the foul. They'll charge that one to Hancock, his second, 10th team foul on Ferris High, as Pena will step up to the stripe. Pena has 13 points, 3 trays in the ball game. This will be his first attempt at a free throw in the contest. He is shooting 71% this season from the line.
This is actually better for them to shoot those free throws and make them. They missed that one, but it's a good opportunity to do it under pressure.
Missed off the back of the rim. 0 for 1 on the line. Again, 3 trays for Pena, 5 for Vega. So 8 combined with those 2. Second shot is up and good. Pena swishes it through, has 14 points. Pena doing some good scoring tonight for the Eagles. Came into the contest averaging 15.4, so just beneath his average, but he has some time left, 3:20 remaining. Got some yo-yo passing on the far side. Hancock, cross court right to the front court to Slade. Drives baseline, hippity hop, lost the ball. Able to save it back in the left block. Shot by Morales is blocked, rolls out on the far sideline. It looks like it might have been a push foul on the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their 11th. That'll be a double bonus for the Eagles. They charge that one to Greek, his 4th personal. So the Eagles will take a march to the other end with 3:12 remaining. And boy, this game's starting to drag here with all the fouls here. Both teams in double bonus. And stepping up for the Eagles will be Jairus Turbiatis, who has 2 points. This will be his first free throw attempt in the ball game. He is 41% on the season, 5 of 12 on the line. His first one tonight.
He had to pick himself off the floor just a moment ago after that play.
Fortunately, the brick off the back of the rim on his first attempt. He does have 2 points so far.
See if he can make it 3 with this shot.
8 players in the scorebook so far for the Eagles. Second shot hard off the back of the rim again. Pulled down in the right block by Morales, his 3rd rebound. Dribbles into the front court. Stripped by Pena from behind. Mackey picks it up. He'll send it ahead. And laying it up on the left side is Pena. Went up on top of the defender that time. 9 turnovers for Ferris. And Pena now with 16. He's got past his average. And then we got, looks like possibly a whistle here. Ball got knocked out at the half-court line. Thought they might have called a foul, but not. Right in front of the Taskovich drum section here.
Went off of Vega's hands.
61-47, Hobbs by 14 with 2:53 remaining. Inbound of the timeline to Texada. Kicks it down the lane to Morales. Fades in the paint, throws up a shot from the rim, no good. Comes off, and Hall picks it up on the left block. Caden Hall now with 8 rebounds for the Eagles. Ball stolen as he tries to pass, knocked off the foot of Hodge, out of bounds. And it will be Ferris basketball.
Coach trying to argue that it's supposed to be, well, it is going to be Yellow Jackets ball.
Coach Reeves is out on the court at the other end. He thinks it should have gone off the Ferris foot, so it will be a turnover for the Eagles. That is their 17th of the game. Inbound of the right wing to Slade. High pass down low, and going up strong with it is Ramos. Lost it over the rim, no good. Rebound on the left block, a shot on the way from the baseline, and we got a blocking foul called on the Eagles. Ball came off the iron. That was a rebound by Hancock in the shot. Kind of a very questionable free throw shooter, though, so I don't know if that's the worst foul in the book. As Vega picks up his 4th, that's the 16th team foul. Hancock so far is 1 of 6 on the charity stripe and 3 points.
Well, he made that shot, so he's got 1 to go to make a 3-point play.
They count the basket on that one?
They did.
Off the front of the rim, no good. Loose in the paint, but it's picked up for Ferris by Morales. Gets it out to the baseline left and trying to drive and shuffling his feet first, though. They're going to call the travel, and that'll be a turnover number 10 for the Yellow Jackets. 2:22 remaining here in the 4th, 61-49. Hobbs by 12. Spin move on the far sideline by Pena. Throws it across up top of the paint to Vega. Over the left corner to Hodge, and he tried to jump over his defender before drilling. They call the travel on Peyton Hodge, and that will be the Eagles' 18th turnover.
Yeah, he tried to reset himself. He was in 3-point range, but instead saw a defender try to move out of his way after he had passed him, and yeah, got caught traveling.
Yeah, he kind of hurdled over his legs a little bit there and tried to step back, and referee right there on top of it. Inbound of the backcourt to Dixon. He's going to go against Hodge one-on-one with 2:08 remaining. Eagles by 12. Screen at the timeline for Morales. Sends it to the right corner. Baseline Slade going to drive. He dribbles in the lane, then takes a few steps before passing to the left wing over to Hancock. And the ref's right on top of that one for the travel. Being very consistent on these traveling violation calls. Ferris now with 11 turnovers. Pena with the one-hand pass to half court. Coming across is Pena. Dumps it to the right block. Hall throws up a shot and nails it off the glass. Counted. So Caden Hall now with 8 points and 8 rebounds. Getting close to double-double here. 63-49. Hobbs by 14 with 1:40 remaining. Coming across the timeline, Dixon unloads to the slate on the right wing. Guarded by Pena with the hand clap. Cross court left to Hancock. Gets his 3-shot blocked by Mackey. Gets his own rebound. Goes to the rack with the left hand. Misses and rebound again for Hancock and is hammered hard by Hall before going up. Hancock with 5 rebounds now. 2 on that play. That could be it for Hall. He has fouled out. 5th foul here with 1:28 remaining. Has 8 points. 8 rebounds, and went 2 for 3 from the line. So good performance for Caden Hall, the junior. Gets a nice round of applause from the Hobbs Eagle faithful. Hancock has been on the line quite a bit tonight, but is just trying to convert those free throws. He is 1 of 7 so far.
Yeah, he has not been very good on the line, and I don't expect him to get good anytime soon.
1:28 remaining. Hobbs up by 14, pinning these free throws. And the first one is a swish to put our mouths shut up here in the press box.
Proving me wrong.
Still a big deficit, though, for Ferris. They would have to play in the 7th place game tomorrow against Farmington High. Eagles look like they'll have Cleveland in the 5th place game.
You know, it was amazing that Farmington looked really good in the Artesia series. I don't know what happened with him here.
Miss off the back of the rim, pulled down in the left block by Acosta, his 5th rebound. Throws it ahead. Hodge coming down the lane to the right wing to Pena. Bad pass up top. It's stolen away by Slade. He goes to the rack in the reverse right. It comes out of the rim, though. Mackey with the rebound for the Eagles. He's going to go off to the races. Comes down the paint, reverse layup on the right side. Gets hammered in the shoulders, and the foul. Mackey with his 5th rebound. He'll go back to the stripe to shoot 2, and that will be the 5th now for Greek, the big post player. He's going to only finish with 4 points in this ball game and 3 rebounds. Was 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. And Greek came into the contest averaging just 7 points a game. He was beneath that tonight. And he's got a big frame, too, 6'5", 235. So that Braun is going to have to sit on the bench. Mackey on the line, who is 3 of 4 from the charity stripe with 5 points. Kind of a quiet night for him offensively, but his team is up by double digits. So he's not going to complain too much, I'm sure.
Oh, no, I'm sure he's not. He has made a difference, though. That is for certain.
Daughtry, he'll check in. Jaden Daughtry in for Jordan Texada. One more shot for Mackey. Second shot's up, and it's off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down in the left block by Ramos, his 3rd. Throw it down court to Slade, right base, leans into the bucket and scores. Nice quick dribble to the hole that time. He's got 23, leading the Yellow Jackets. 64-52, a 12-point Eagle lead. Pass across the left wing to Vega. Back deep to Mackey. Spins against double pressure. Gets through the traffic. Tries to pass to Hodge on the left wing. Stolen away by Slade. The Eagles with their 20th turnover. Down low on the break to Dixon. He lays it up on the right side. Counted, and the timeout quickly. Dixon with 6 points. All those coming here in the 4th. A 10-point Hobbs Eagle lead. And we're down to the wire here, but I don't think there's enough time for Ferris to come back, but they get the full court press going. That's exactly what I believe that head coach Josh McGee is talking to his team about right now. Got to get the ball back quickly and maybe get some fouls and get some free throws out of it.
Well, 2 turnovers, 2 uncontested shots right under the basket. Yeah, you got to stop that before it happens. Now, yes, it's highly unlikely that Ferris can come back. However, we've seen it before where quick scores can make a difference, and before you know it, the game is tied, and we don't want to have that. We just want to have a nice little victory here, go on to see if we can win 5th place against a tough Cleveland Storm team, and get through this at least. Not exactly where we wanted to be. Of course, we wanted to play the championship game. However, you don't always get what you want.
So the Hobbs Eagles with a 10-point lead, 64-54 here at Tasker Arena. Of course, the championship game tomorrow. And one team that's in it, a lot of questions about, though, how do they get there? Artesia is undefeated so far. as they pulled off a couple of wins, and they lost in their tournament 3 times. That was about a couple of days after the state championship football. They had a couple of players that were just transferring over to basketball, so definitely a good excuse to have there, but they have come with reckless abandon in this tournament as they will be in the championship tomorrow. Pass down low to the Eagles, getting swatted though from behind was Acosta. They get the ball up ahead for Ferris on the right block, double clutch, missing the layup is Dixon, but tipped back up and in on the rebound as putting it through the hole. I believe was Texada for his first bucket of the ball game, 64-56. And now we got the ball out of bounds at the half court. They call the foul, it looks like. It looks like a foul called on Ferris as they'll charge that one to Josiah Harris, his first 12th team foul, double bonus for the Eagles. Pena will head to the line. He's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Both free throws attempts coming in the fourth quarter here. 64-56, 8-point lead now, single digits with 19 seconds remaining.
Get it back to double if he hits both of those.
Pena's first throw is up and good. He's got 17, leading the Eagles in scoring, 15 for Braylon Vega. Vega hasn't scored here in the fourth quarter, though. Those are the 2 double-digit scores. 23 for Slade to lead Ferris, and 11 for Morales. Second shot for Pena is up and good. Back to a 10-point lead. 19 seconds left, 66-56. Coming up the court is Dixon, sends it off the far right to Texada, goes to the lane, gets swatted from behind by Mackey, and gives it up to Pena with 8 seconds. Sends it ahead to the Eagles, and shot is rejected as Pods got swatted away. Chasing it down is Slade. He goes to the rack with a little scoop shot at the buzzer on the left of the rim, but misses short of the iron. Your Hobbs Eagles winning 66-56 over Ferris High School here at Tasker Arena tonight as they get themselves into the 5th place game against Cleveland tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back on the Hobbs Eagle postgame show on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube on the Hobbs Sports page. Welcome back to the Hobbs Eagle postgame show here on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube as your Hobbs Eagles win the second round game tonight over Ferris High out of Texas, 66-56, putting the Eagles in the fifth place game tomorrow night at 7:45. Well, the pregame at 7:30. Eagles will take on Cleveland High. They won their game the second round earlier today, against Farmington, 79-49, a 30-point win. So the Storm got upset in round one against Artesia, who's in the championship of this tournament. They'll play the Eagles in this one. Of course, Hobbs played Cleveland for the Holiday Tournament Championship last year and got the win.
Yeah, you know, it was 7 points in the final minutes or so that put Artesia up. The Cleveland Storm actually stormed back. They were able to get into the lead for a moment, but like I said, the last couple of minutes, Artesia took over the game, and they made it their own. And I was surprised, you know, that especially since we saw that team before, and they just were not winning any games. But now they're doing great.
Yeah, Artesia was 0 for 3 at their own tournament. They had football players still in transition from the football team, and they just barely won a championship a few days before the Artesia basketball tournament. So definitely getting some cylinders going at all full speed here. They're going to play Oregon Mountain tomorrow at 12:45 for the championship. That's going to be moved to that time, because the Hobbs boys will take that slot, the late game. Again, 7:45 tip for the fifth place game tomorrow, 7:30 pregame show. Hobbs Lady Eagles will also be in action at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, 5:45 pregame, as they'll take on Laredo United, a team out of Laredo, Texas. They beat Ironwood today, 84-47. So very scrappy team, like to rebound, like to dribble quite a bit. A lot of players just like to go up the court with it, no matter what position they're at. But should be some good games there to finish up the tournament here. 63rd Annual Boys Tournament and the 5th Annual Hobbs Girls Tournament. Look at the numbers of this game tonight. Eagles winning by 10, 66-56. Top scorer for Ferris was Isaac Slade, and he does lead the team in scoring throughout the season as well. 23 points for him, 3 rebounds. He also converted on 4 3-pointers and was perfect from the line, 9 of 9. So Isaac Slade definitely doing some damage offensively for Ferris High School. One other double-digit scorer, I keep saying Julio Morales, talking gringo here, 11 points for him. He had 4 rebounds in the game and was a total of 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. So Slade and Morales combining for 34 points for Ferris out of the 56 they had in the ball game. Jalen Hancock finished with 6 points. He had 5 rebounds as well. Not too good on the free throw line, though, just 2 of 9. Tommy Dixon had 6 points, and he was 2 of 5 from the charity stripe. Josiah Harris finished up 4 points, 0 for 1 on the line, and Nathan Greek went 4 points and 3 rebounds. He fouled out in the fourth quarter, was 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Lots more free throw attempts for Ferris in this game. They were 20 of 33 for 60% compared to the Eagles, who only got to shoot 18 free throws in the ball game. 24 rebounds for Ferris High School. Top boardman was Jalen Hancock with 5 boards. Coming in second, Julio Morales with 4, and a lot of guys with 3, Slade, Dixon, Ramos, and Greek. You'd expect Greek to have more rebounds in this game. He was 6'5", so Hobbs did a good job of blocking him out. Just 11 turnovers for Ferris compared to 20 for the Eagles, but still Ferris losing by double digits. On the Hobbs side of the coin, Eagles getting 2 in double digits. Abraham Pena, he finished up with 18 points, 2 rebounds, and had 3 3-pointers in the contest. So definitely he continues to be one of the top scorers for the Eagles. Likes to stroke it from outside and did get the job done from out there in this ball game. Braylon Vega right behind him. 5 3-pointers, all of his scoring in this game. Trays for 15. And again, that kid is just a freshman. Pena just a sophomore. Great to see that with youngsters. Of course, Pena will have 2 more years in the Eagle uniform, and Vega 3.
Yeah, you know, it's always good to have some prospects going on, especially when they can play as early as they have been and make some results as well. So, yeah, the coach, Reeves, has some really good prospects ahead of him.
Well, I can do my math pretty well tonight, too. They've got 33 out of the 66 Eagles points. That's exactly half, isn't it?
Exactly.
Don't have to use the calculator on that one. Caden Hall doing a great job with the boards tonight. Also had 8 points, was 2 for 3 on the line, and finished with 8 rebounds. So getting kind of close to that double-double, and they're just moving that kid along just very well. He is a junior, has a little bit more experience than some of the other guys, but still a good big man to have in the paint for the Eagles. Peyton Hodge getting back in uniform in this game. He's been on for about a week week and a half, missed the whole Artesia tournament, had 7 points, including a tray in the contest and a rebound for the Eagles. Jordan Chisholm was 6 points. He back in uniform again for this game. Did not play last night. He had 2 rebounds, went 0 for 1 on the line. Michael Mackey with kind of a quiet game tonight, but still had 6 points and 5 rebounds, so doing some help on the stats as well. He was 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. Brian Acosta coming as a starter tonight, had 4 points and 5 rebounds. So guys that aren't getting the big points in this game did get some glass work for the Eagles. Jairus Turbiatis had 2 points. He had 3 rebounds, was 0 for 2 from the charity stripes. I believe I covered everybody there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 players getting in the books tonight for the Hobbs Eagles, kind of rounding out the offense there. Eagles were 9 of 18 from the charity stripe for 50%. Hit 9 three-pointers in the contest. So some good job of shooting from the perimeter. And then also out-rebounded Ferris 29 to 24. Caden Hall, the top man, with 8 rebounds, 5 apiece for Acosta and Mackey, and 3 for Turbiatis. Eagles did have more turnovers, though, 20 compared to 11 for Ferris. But again, when you get a 10-point win, a double-digit victory, you don't worry about all those incidental stats, I guess. But of course, the Eagles have one more game to play, Ron, tomorrow. We mentioned the game already, Cleveland. That'll be a 7:45 start, 7:30 on the pregame show. But Cleveland's kind of an up-and-down team this year. Of course, they lost their first game. Almost got to overtime. You mentioned that against Artesia to start the tournament off. They came back and won big earlier today against Farmington by 30 points. So I guarantee you, when that team goes on the road, they want to show some people up in the south part of the state coming out of Rio Rancho there. And again, they were in the Holiday Tournament Championship last year, so kind of a rematch for them and Hobbs.
Yeah, and somehow Cleveland always seems to be a thorn on our side from time to time, and they always play their best game against us. We seem to struggle a little bit, but it's going to be interesting to watch them. Of course, it's going to be a tight-knit game. Today was a pretty good game. We can go ahead and get the second quarter. The reason why Hobbs won was because they outscored Ferris 18-6. That was the only reason why they had a big lead at the halftime, 30-18. And then they kind of, I wouldn't say coasted, but the score shows they coasted to a 66-56 victory over that. Yeah, Cleveland, they are a tough team to navigate against, and it's definitely going to be a fight for 5th place.
Yeah, Cleveland 8-2 on the season after their one loss here against Artesia. They've got players like Remy Albrecht, a freshman, Daniel Steverson, a junior, helping out their squad. And this is their 6th straight year that they've been at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. So, but they have a younger team than what's compared to in the past. So that's one thing they're kind of struggling with. But still only 2 losses on the season. And just 2 seniors, Nick Trujillo and Elijah McNeil. We heard about them last year. And they're averaging 73 points a contest heading into the tournament. So definitely got some scoring opportunities there. And, again, Steverson, definitely the guy they're going to have to watch for the Eagles' defense. He's averaging close to 24 points a game and 5 boards as well. So he's the guy they're going to have to match up with. Also, Remy Albrecht, a freshman, 17.8 points a game and leading the team with 2.8 steals. So they got a couple guys that can match up with the Eagles. What I did like to see tonight is a bunch of bench personnel contributing and getting guys back that were been out. Hopefully a good recovery for Van Landingham, who went down with a shoulder injury. But, yeah, we've been battling a lot of illness and injuries in the last week or 2.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Van Landingham, whether he plays or not tomorrow, is going to be at least healthier enough to be able to get back into the game for next week, Albuquerque. But, I just like the fact that they have improved. They're starting to improve their scoring average. It was about 54 points coming into this game. They got 63 or 66, so that helps them build up that. And that also tells me that they're getting more attempts, more points per game for each of the players. And since Michael Mackey wasn't the lead scorer, we know that somebody else stepped up and did their part.
Yep, and 3-pointers drained all over the place. 8 last night, 9 tonight. Good sign for the Eagles shooting, especially from the youngsters that we have on the squad. So final score once again, the Hobbs Eagles winning 66-56 over Ferris as Hobbs improves to 6-4 on the season in that win. Again, tomorrow the coverage, last 2 games for the Hobbs teams here at the Holiday Tournament. Hobbs Lady Eagles will be playing at 6 o'clock tomorrow night for the tip-off, 5:45 pregame show. We'll have that exclusively on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube on the Hobbs Sports page. Of course, that includes video for you for free. And then the Hobbs boys will follow at 7:45 for the tip-off and 7:30 for the pregame show. HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and, of course, Cole 95-7. So lots more action to come tomorrow. Of course, all the other games as well. The championship for the boys, in case you didn't hear me before, that will be Artesia taking on Oregon Mountain tomorrow at 12:45. So you want to come out early for that one. Definitely want to check that one out. The Hobbs Lady Eagles, of course, taking on Laredo, and the Hobbs boys against Cleveland. So I think that just about wraps it up as we'll get to our final sponsors of the game tonight and tomorrow as we continue in the Hobbs Holiday Tournament.
And they are the following: Lee County State Bank, Hobbs Rental, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Robinson Associates, Thriftway, First American Bank, along with Lasco, Eunice Pump, NMR Pipeline, Rent-A-Center, and Devon Energy.
I'd like to thank Tiffany Stuber back at the station. Also Jessica Friend and Allison Friend on the scoring tonight. Ron Gunner, myself, Ty Friend. We'll see you tomorrow night for some more Hobbs Eagle Hoops at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament. Have a great rest of the night out there.